Here at the Sports Medicine and Performance Center at the University of Kansas Health System, the official healthcare provider of the Chiefs will also care for you at 5 convenient locations. Get in, get treated, and get back in the game.
Dion Clisso with Preps KC here in the Preps KC studio, powered by Xfinity Internet. Speeds faster than a gig. You can power a whole house full of connected devices all at once. All right, we kick off the Meadowlark League Virtual Media Day with Atchison coach Jim Smith. And coach, another great year for you guys last year. I know it didn't end where you wanted it to, but a good squad coming back. What do you like about this year's team?
The main thing I like is the number of kids we have coming back off last year's team. And these kids have played together since they were in Little League football. So I'd have to say the unity, the bondage they have made with each other.
When you've got a good group like that coming back, how does that make your summer, I don't want to say easier, but what can you do differently with a team that's known each other, played together, and has got a good bond?
Well, I don't know if we'll do anything differently, but these kids are hungry. They got a little chip on their shoulder from last year. But again, we have some big shoes to fill as well.
Offensively, what have you seen that you really like right now?
Well, just our line, they look so good. You know, we have 4 starters coming back of that group, and they just get after it in practice. They get after each other, and defensively, the kids are running well to the ball, and everybody's just practicing so hard.
With the addition of Highland Park the last couple of years, and then the other teams in the KCK district that have seemed to get better, and they're getting their numbers back under them after taking that year off. What do you think about your conference and how it's gotten a little better?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's just getting better every year, and I think because the kids are coming back to their schools, and it's just and that's what you want. You want the good competition.
Your non-con, you got Parsons and Ottawa. What do you see out of those 2 schools that can help you get ready for the postseason?
Well, Ottawa year in and year out, they're just solid. They're tough. They're hard-nosed kids. Parsons, I just don't know enough about. As far as I went to school at Pitt State. I got family down there, so everything I hear about Parsons is word of mouth. So,
well, Coach, it should be a fantastic season. Good luck, and we appreciate you taking time with us.
Well, I appreciate you, and thank you for all you do.
Dion Clisso with Preps KC here in the Preps KC studio, powered by Xfinity Internet. Count on a reliable connection for all your devices, even when everyone's online. All right, as we move through the Meadowlark League Virtual Media Day, we've got Keith O'Neill from Harmon. And Coach, you really kind of built that program almost from scratch, as they kind of missed 2 years through the pandemic. They didn't get started that second year. And your numbers are up. You're a little inexperienced on the offensive side, but you've got a good group. What do you love about this group?
These guys they're bought in. I think with the focus, generally every year, every team generally has a focus word, and I think for us, the main word that everybody seems to attract to is the key word is just focus. And these young men showed commitment, and with the summer conditioning, with the summer paddy camps we had with the 707, I had about a total of 40 kids show up over the summer, and that's generally a rarity to see in the metro area.
Mm-hmm. Well, and one of the things you've helped run that 7-on-7 camp this summer, and that's really it's not just benefited you. I mean, there's several teams that have gotten out and done that on both sides of the state line that come over and play with you guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I mean, generally I created it for everyone in the metro area. I mean, when I came here 6 years ago, and started to learn about the city and about Kansas City and Metro in general. The one thing I noticed that your metro area high schools generally do not have a lot of things to do as far as football wise to help with their craft. So me being a Texas guy, I generally like to say, man, I try to if my mind's set on something, then I'm gonna try to go get it as best I can, and then. Man, when I created that freaking 707 league and all this stuff started, man, it was a powerful thing. Not like you said, not just for Harmon, but for KCK in general.
Offensively, you only bring two back. So what's the summer look like? I'm sure that 7-on-7 was a huge part of what you were doing this summer.
So I mean, we're young offensively far as returners, but we do have a few kids who transferred in from other high schools. I think one of the main guys who you guys will see this year is our starting quarterback, Mikey Hammer. He transferred in from the Shawnee Mission District this year, so and he's been a freaking blessing in disguise, man. That guy has took over the role as a leader, and with this being his last year, senior year, I mean, obviously we're going to get the best we can out of him, but the team has bought into him being their quarterback, and he has, made his presence known in the area.
Defensively, what do you like about that group?
Defensively, we have 6 guys coming back, and I like I tell my guys now when we're practicing, to me, our defense was kind of our focal point last year as far as that major improvement. I mean, I think I talked to a lot of guys when I tell them, if you look at the stat line last year, our numbers as far as turnovers per game, we were in the top in the nation in a sense. And like I said, if you look at our record, you kind of sit there and wonder like, I see that growth. And that's generally why I tell a lot of guys, with taking over a program like such that's been down for so long, you can't really look at wins right then and there. You have to look at the small battles, victories that you get. And man, I've been having some great leaps far as from year 1 to year 2. So I'm hoping for a real strong outlet from that defense to help us win some games, multiple games this year in year 3.
With the way you guys have kind of grown that program, what's the atmosphere like in school? Is football starting to become, people talking about it and getting ready to come out to those games on Friday nights?
Yeah, man, and that's been the craziest thing, man. And when I got to Harmon as the head coach there, the pride there was kind of dead and gone just because of having not having much success over the years prior. But doing all the necessary things to basically get these kids to come out and participate and at least like I tell them, at least try football one time if you've never done it before. So and I tell all my guys, man, I'm gonna do my best to give you the closest thing to a college experience. So if you are blessed enough to go to the next level, you at least know how to operate there. So I had a lot of guys come out and they bought into that. And man, like I said, man, the school is starting to turn around in the sense of watching us, and they're expecting something great to happen this year just because the kids are talking about it, and that's something that I haven't seen since I've been here. The kids are telling coach. I know I had my English teacher, no, art teacher today. She was telling me that one of my football players was telling her that we're going to get that first win for you. Like I know we're not, obviously winning is it's a hard objective to do, but they're really set in stone that they can be very successful this year. And that's, man, for a coach, for a head coach to see them motivated, man, that's a beautiful thing.
Well, coach, it should be a fantastic season. Good luck, and we appreciate you taking time with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Dion Closo with Preps KC here in the Preps KC studio, powered by Xfinity Internet, fastest internet with multi-gig speeds to the most homes. All right, as we continue to move through the virtual media day in the Meadowlark League, and we have Coach Sarah Macon from Schlegel and Coach Mac. You're one of my favorites, you know that. I love talking with you. But how excited are you about this team? You've got a lot of people back from last year that have started. Your numbers are getting better. Your league is getting better. How excited are you about this year?
I'm very excited about this year, mainly because, for the last few years, we've been playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and now to see those kids become juniors and seniors, uh, everything is starting to work in our favor, and the development of those kids. Every kid in this program now has been with us from day one. So everything is starting to really start to turn for us.
Your numbers are up. How was your summer with more kids out?
It was amazing. We held a paddock camp. Uh, we also participated in a dot 500 7-on-7 with some schools from Missouri. Kip Academy came over for the paddock camp. We did some work with Bishop Ward. So we really honed in on competition when we were given the opportunity to this summer, and we took advantage of it, as well as taking kids to camps. We went to Mizzou this year, K-State, KU. So, Arkansas. So we sent a lot of kids to a lot of places to get coached up, if you will, and to see other kids in other states and how they perform and participate in those camps and combines.
You got 9 back on offense. That's, I mean, I mean, are you able to, focus more on, concepts that, you're not teaching just the basic offense stuff? Are you guys a little further ahead than you would be when you're playing a bunch of young guys?
We are, but what we did, we still scaled it back a tad bit because we do have a lot of freshmen and sophomores. We have some freshmen that really contributed last year that we feel will contribute again this year. Uh, Although they didn't know as much as those sophomores and juniors did, so we scaled it back a little bit just so they can play faster. But for those older guys that just strictly play varsity, we've added some wrinkles and we started to coach a little bit more to help them understand for the next level.
Tell me this, defensively, what do you like about that group?
They're fast. They're freaking fast. And I've heard in the past the no-fly zone, but these kids are true ball hawks. And that's with minimum development. That was a natural skill set for these kids. So now understanding the defense a lot better, they're able to play a little bit more loose. And yeah, we got some dogs on the defensive side of the ball. And secondary is just crazy.
Tell me this, how fun is it at Schlegel right now? We've been talking the last few years about this is building, this is coming, and really your entire district and the entire league. It's gonna be some hard nosed football every night in the league this year.
Well, and if you look back to the late mid '80s and into the early '90s with those guys, the Sam Simmons and Tom Leonard and all of those guys, it was competitive. So to say that everybody is starting to get larger in numbers, that's a huge credit to the coaches being around longer. I think every coach in this league has been here now, with the exception of Harmon, but he's been in the district, but have been in place for at least 4 or 5 years consistent. And I don't see anybody going anywhere anytime soon. So that helps a lot too. But the fact that the numbers are growing, kids are competing, 7-on-7 has been huge for us in the summer because it keeps kids engaged when in years past those kids would hide out during the summer and then you'd have to wait till the middle of August to get them. And here you go, starting from scratch with a season coming up in 3 weeks. So it's been incredible for the entire league.
Well, Coach, it should be a fantastic season. Good luck, and I appreciate you taking time with us.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Dion Clissa with Preps KC here in the Preps KC studio, powered by Xfinity Internet, the fastest internet with multi-gig speeds to the most homes. All right, we move on now through our Meadowlark League Virtual Media Day, and we are joined by new Sumner coach Steve Williams Jr. And Coach, congratulations! I know you've been on staff there a while with Coach Wright, and he moves on. We're going to miss him because he's a great guy. We love working with him. I know you guys probably feel the same way. He's moving up to the AD spot, and you're taking over. How exciting is it to be taking over this program that has been a real standard bearer in that league and in that district for the last few years?
Man, I'm very, very excited to take over this year, man. Sumner's had a very rich tradition. They've only had about 4 or 5 coaches, I want to say, in the past, man. So it's really a privilege to coach here, man. I wear that privilege proudly every single day. I was kind of shocked when Drew came to me with the opportunity, but I'm blessed to have it, and I'm excited to go this year, man.
Well, as you work through the offseason, what do you like about this team this year?
Man, what I like about this team is they had a great summer this year. They're young, they're scrappy, and the seniors have kind of been kind of the backbone of this transition. They've been really good of making sure that the younger guys are making this transition really smooth from middle school up to the freshman year. They've also made this coaching job change very easy on me as well.
I was going to say that's a key part people don't think about. Those seniors can
Yes.
make or break that new hire.
Yes, yes, they can. Yes, they can. And their bond, man. Even days we didn't have practice, they were getting together and working out. I mean, like I said, that's a testament to Drew, to Coach Wright, because he kind of had those boys' mindsets shaped well.
Tell me this, offensively, what do you like right now?
I'm really liking that our quarterback he's on year 2, man. He's gotten a lot better this year. He's He's grown, he's matured as a actual thrower, actual quarterback. Last year we kind of thrown him in the fire. This year I feel like he's actually getting his feet and traction under him. So him, as far as our skill positions, we got 3 returning receivers back who made several contributions to us this year. So as far as that, I think I'm excited about that.
Defensively, what's a group that's really taken a step forward for you?
Man, I would have to say that defensive back group, man, they have been very, very good. They took some strides this year, grown this year in ways that I couldn't have even imagined, man. I think they've all matured in this summer with all this football they've played.
Well, tell me this: how excited are you to kind of, I don't know how you're going to take the field, and that's every coach is different. Someone's the last guy out, someone's the first guy out. You don't have to spoil it, but how excited are you to walk on that field with this group of kids and coaches and represent Sumner here in just under 2 weeks?
Oh man, it's going to be a feeling that I'm gonna remember forever. I can say that. I can tell you that, man. I'm already been losing a little bit of sleep every night, closer and closer to game time. So I know once I get on that field, it's going to be butterflies for maybe the first 5 or 10 minutes, and then once a penalty come, I know I'll get back focused.
Well, Coach, good luck. It's going to be a great season. We really appreciate you taking time with us.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Dion Closo with Preps KC here in the Preps KC studio, powered by Xfinity Internet. The speed faster than a gig. You can power a house full of connected devices all at once. As we continue through the Meadowlark League Virtual Media Day, we go to Topeka Highland Park and Coach Jermaine Moreau Sr. and Coach, you're there. This is your 3rd year in the league, I think, since you guys moved in. You have really turned things around at Highland Park. I know there's a long losing streak, and you guys now were 7-3 last year, winning postseason games. You bring 9 back on both sides of the ball. Do you feel like this is a natural progression? You got a good experienced team coming back that's got experience of not just playing on Friday night, winning games on Friday night.
Yeah, definitely. This is when you go into a new role, you always look forward to having that 4th year when you have guys that you had since their freshman year. And I'm the only high school head coach that they ever had. So these are my guys. And moving forward, they're all mine. And we are in a blessed situation to have a lot of returning players who stayed healthy. And a lot of them were dynamic players for us last year.
When you look at this squad, what have you done over the summer that's got you just excited when you see these guys out there?
Well, when you have the group that you have when they're mature and you want to keep things fresh, so we did a lot of team camps. We went to several colleges. We traveled all over Missouri and Kansas to do 7-on-7, just to keep things fresh, just to get them, get them in the door in the weight room. That's most important.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to have the eye candy of going to team camps and 7-on-7 to get them coming, because we can't make that time mandatory. But when you have a mature group like that, that's when you can make that summer kind of like its own season.
Well, tell me this: offensively, what do you like right now? As you a little bit a week and a half away from going into a game.
That we have dynamic players at every skill position. Every one of them are big time, big play potential. It's just that the hard part is just making sure everybody gets their touches. We have done a real good job. I have a new O-line coach. His name's Andrew Berg, and he has done an amazing job with this line, with the offensive line. And with that, they are learning a lot of stuff that I could not teach because I never played the position. He had not either, but his father is the O-line coach at Wellsville, and he's just taking a lot of knowledge from his dad because his dad's like a guru there. But the summer has also put us in a position where we can be unique with giving guys opportunities to get the ball, to make the plays look exactly the same, but it's a different ball carrier. It's amazing. It's endless the things you can do. You don't want to drown these kids with too much stuff. And that's what we're tugging. That's a fine line we're tugging on right now.
Defensively, is there a position group that's taking a big step forward for you?
The linebacker group. We moved Craig Sipple into the inside backer. Ricky Crawford will continue to play that position inside too. Craig has stepped into being that legit middle linebacker, those old school Erlacher middle linebacker type guys, and he's just taking that role. He even the other day he even put a cowboy collar on, and he's running around
That's
here.
awesome.
And he's our he's our backup quarterback too. So yesterday in practice, he has a cowboy collar throwing dimes, and it was funny to see. But yeah, the linebacker crew, but also our interior D line. Joshua Weeks, he's a second year player, but is a dynamic D lineman. And then Elijah Thomas has also stepped into that role, 4-year starter, and this is his year. I think it's going to be a breakout season for him.
Well, Coach, it should be a fantastic season. Good luck, and we appreciate you taking time with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Dion Clisso with Preps KC here in the Preps KC studio, powered by Xfinity Internet, fastest internet with multi-gig speeds to the most homes. All right, as we continue to move through the Meadowlark League Virtual Media Day, we are with Coach Cam Smith from Washington High School. And Coach, I know last year 5-4, pretty solid year. It had a lot of seniors. Got some good ones coming back. What do you like about this
group? Is they're very locked in. I'm seeing a lot of leadership that I haven't really seen in the past. A lot of athlete led conversations, and even after we do our post practice talks, the coaches all have their words. There's always a player that chimes in, hey, I want to say this, I want to say that. And they don't have a problem correcting each other. In the past, I've just seen a lot of guys that they're really just worried about themselves. But this team seems to have bought in to the team concept more than any other team I've coached in the past on the high school level.
How was your summer?
It was a great summer. Our 7-on-7 team actually went undefeated in our league that we were in. We performed pretty well at the Shawnee Mission West 7-on-7. And we went to the Chiefs 11-on-11. And actually, we finished 4-2 in our games, but we finished ranked second. We had the number one ranked quarterback at the 11-on-11. We also had the number one scoring defense at the 11-on-11. So just really, guys were really locked in. And in the weight room, I saw our young guys, man, just putting up numbers that I, again, haven't seen since I've been at Washington. This is my 6th season. And I'm really excited for what the future of this team as a whole. Just a really hardworking group.
Offensively, what did you guys get done this summer, and what are you working on right now?
Well, that 7-on-7 circuit is always powerful because it allows us to build a chemistry with our quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, and also our defensive coverages. So we really just built a lot of time in and a lot of communication and relationship with our young guys. Our quarterback is actually returning. He's a junior this year. Last year he started in our Wildcat package and got honorable mention all state, but he has a special arm, and he really raised a lot of eyebrows this summer. A lot of colleges were pretty impressed with what they saw from him. And so that was really what the summer was about, just getting that offense to really gel. Really young group, but the beauty of them being young is we're literally going to have pretty much the same core offense for the next 2 years. And then, 3 years from now, we got a young guy that came in as a freshman that's looking solid at QB. So we should be able to sustain a pretty special offense for the next 3 to 4 years.
Defensively, is there a position group that's taking a big step forward for you?
I'm really proud of just our linebackers, our coverages of our DBs. We've always had strong, defensive line play. Well, defensive end for sure. I think we've had the sack leader 3 out of my 4 seasons. But this year we really focused on the interior guys, the D tackles and the linebackers. And I saw a lot of growth, a lot of strength improvements, and a lot of just learning, how to engage and be aggressive in the summer using those padded days that we did have. to really get that impact and get those guys to understand it's gonna get heavy on the inside, but you got to be ready to deliver that blow. So I'm really looking forward to our D tackle play, our linebacker play, because we've always had some special DBs and DNs.
Well, Coach, it should be a fantastic season. Good luck, and we appreciate you taking time with us.
Yes, sir. Always appreciate you guys and the coverage you do for the Kansas City, Kansas football teams. Thank you, guys.
Dion Clisso with Preps KC here in the Preps KC studio, powered by Xfinity Internet. With speed faster than a gig, you can power a house full of connected devices all at once. As we close out the Meadowlark League Virtual Media Day, we're joined by Marcus Vaughn from Wyandotte. And Coach, I know it wasn't the year that you liked with only one win, but it sounds like you got good numbers. You got some good numbers back on offense. What have you seen out of your team this summer in practice so far that's got you excited?
Well, the summer had a pretty big turnout, and everybody's getting a lot stronger, and a lot of kids excited about playing and just ready to get going. If we can get away from this heat situation, I think we'll be all right.
Yes, as we record this on Monday, it's definitely a heat advisory. That's something everybody's going to be battling. Offensively, what have you seen that's really working well right now as you get ready for game about a week and a half out?
Pretty big up front. Looking to run a little bit more than we have in the past. So got a couple of pretty good backs. So we're gonna kind of go to that this year.
Defensively, I know you don't return a lot of players. What group over there? Are there some young guys that are really taking big steps forward for you?
Yeah, we have maybe 3 or 4 new guys. They were here last year, but they stepped up pretty good. We got a couple of new people from on the Missouri side that transferred, so we're looking for big things from them. So I think they will be able to help us out quite a bit.
Well, you say your numbers are up and almost double from last year. That's got to give just enthusiasm just being in practice.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So when you start talking from 20 something to just about 60, that's a pretty big jump.
But do you know what to do with all those guys? You got enough stuff to keep them busy. That's a big jump for you and your staff.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We have a lot of them are going to be JV guys that we're building. Just trying to build the program up to where, get everybody ready. So it's always a situation with grades and keeping them, on board. So.
How important is it to be able to fill out a JV team and to have those guys just develop for a year? Not necessarily just filling out your varsity, but going from 20 to 60 to have those sub varsity teams you can play and get experience.
Yeah, and that to me that's part of building your program. I mean, you have to have those younger guys to get them ready. A lot of them think they're already ready, but but they have to be. They don't realize their bodies are not ready. So that's important to keep everything going in a certain way and getting it to where we can just grow.
Well, Coach, when you look at your league, when Highland Park came in a couple of years ago, this league seems like it's getting better and it's growing across the board. A little more competition's helped everybody.
Yes. So I think everybody's pretty much on the same level. We're trying to catch up with the Atchisons and get as strong as them. So we're just building. I think everybody's goal is the same, to just get better each year.
Well, Coach, it should be a fantastic season. Good luck, and we appreciate you taking time with us.
No problem. Thank you.